Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of The Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Today's scene is one set offside of the Sept of the Green. Uh, the the closest friends and family to Maeve have taken her body and with it have traveled across Long Island, a good distance perhaps from the Sept, but nothing too unreasonable, and have returned her at least as best they can to the place that she came from, the farm that she grew up on. Inevitably, there would have been some meeting with her folks, most likely. But we are going to skim over that for now in favor of getting this thing into the Umbra, onto the farmlands, and where they can continue about their business. Uh, as a as an additive to the groups of those who have taught the ex-Fianna and those who have served as her family in the nation. Uh, One now known as Ophelia has accompanied the group with the permission of her packmates, with the idea that given the opportunity, perhaps she can settle some unfinished business, lay some things to rest, at least briefly, before the rest of her pack continues in dealing with whatever personal business they may have during this gathering. And so we can assume that they're probably out a bit beyond the fields, perhaps in a bit of the wooded area near to the farmhouse. And I'll give it to you there, Umbraside.
Go on, Olaf.
Do your thing, Alpha!
Oh my god. Alright. Olaf carries Mabe's body to the site that they had staked out for this particular activity. And in the grave that was made, he personally lowers himself and her down. When he lays her out, he makes sure that the body's positioned respectfully. He stays there for an uncomfortable number of seconds before he climbs back out.
With Olaf having placed the body, Katori is going to approach this this tomb, and he is going to turn to Sid, probably having talked beforehand about what needed to happen, saying that the Galliard being Galliard, well, he should perhaps make some musical accompaniment because Katori is going to have to dance and sing for quite a while. I hope for you that
Sure.
you're a Galliard but know actually how to play an instrument, because otherwise Katori would judge you so harshly.
Actually, Sid will remove the flute from Maeve's hands. And yes, he will be given music to meditate with, making this so awkward for both of them. Do you want me for roll how to for how good the meditation death parade music is?
Not really. I don't think we need really roles in this.
Excellent. It's actually really good.
And I guess that, yeah, he can be accompanied by Sina at the harp, and Kotori will start to dance around the body of Mabe, chanting and singing old words, old songs that are known to his people, songs that are dedicated to the one that have departed, the one that were sent back to their homeland as their time had been chosen by Gaia. The call resonates as he is calling. He is calling from the beyond. He is calling from the Umbra to a land where Stag and its children reigns, a land where they are all reunited. He is calling for a child that was touched by the moon, calling for her to come back one last time to make her farewell to those who mourn her departure from this land. So yes, this is the moment for a dramatic entrance.
This is the moment.
Yes, you know, you can make it awkward if you
Oh.
want. You can laugh. It's okay.
Then, as the summoning concludes, as has been done many times in the past by many a Theurge calling upon an ancestor, perhaps seeking knowledge, seeking a gift, seeking any manner of things from those who have left this mortal coil, Maeve will begin to, I assume, essentially fade in, standing there, and as is often the case with spirits, rather than being some sort of ghostly visage, she is actually, once she completes the process, very solid, very real. She's still, perhaps has her umbral visage. She's very pale, almost pearlescent, has the image of the moon in her eyes. But all the same, she just sort of coalesces there alongside her body in the middle of her friends. And upon completion of the summoning, promptly promptly looks about herself, and while a glimpse is made perhaps at her body, nonetheless her eyes fill with tears while a smile takes her face.
She's really sad at this point. He's seen May, but maybe it's dead. Conflicting feelings starting to happen.
Damn it, you're a silent strider. This shouldn't be awkward for you.
Who wants to say they're standing closest?
Olaf.
And that means that Olaf will be one of the probably the first lucky ones to be um, approached, albeit a bit awkwardly and with a searching sort of glance before she makes the attempt to, as is very typical of this young Fianna, slip her arms around him and hug him in greeting.
And for the first time that anyone's seen him actively do it, Olaf hugs her back. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, but I miss you.
I should have been there.
You can't be everywhere.
Raised it from a cop.
Don't feel guilty. I've forgiven all of you. There was nothing to forgive.
You might have forgiven me, but I won't forgive them.
You shouldn't. Did the cub live?
He lived.
Good. And it wasn't for nothing. Then she'll turn a glance to Lucas, assessing his behavior as well. Probably still with a hand on Olaf and some persuasion. Probably even just sitting on his chest.
Very much withdrawn and wearing his favorite sunglasses.
And she'll offer Olaf's arm a light squeeze and move next towards Lucas, unless he's going to recoil from her.
Oh, just a tiny bit. It's a millisecond there, but it's certainly there.
And she purses her lips for a moment, as if undecided. And rather than putting out her hands, she'll just move forward and make an attempt to kind of lean in and just the tiniest brush, just give his cheek a kiss.
You do so. His cheeks are now very flushed. It's very, very warm. He doesn't say much of anything. You can probably feel his arms hovering just over your waist, but not actually touching. It's very much a, if I touch this, it'll disappear type motion.
Even the slight loft, regardless of it being hesitant, is close enough of an invitation that she will all but lunge in and wrap him tightly in a hug,
Fair enough.
smiling with tears still running down her cheeks.
He'll go ahead and wrap around you and even go ahead and give you a bit of a twirl, spin on his own frickin' heels.
It startles a laugh out of her. I'm sorry I left early.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just fine. It's fine. It's fucking fine. It's not fine. You can definitely tell it's not fine. I love Hugh. As much as I loved anybody that's left. It's not. This feels like cheating. None of the others that left have ever come back and said goodbye.
I was always good at cheating and doing things I wasn't supposed to. I loved you too. I still do. Don't come early, but when you do come, I'll be there waiting.
Sure. Sounds awesome.
Don't close yourself off, Lucas.
I'm not ready for you to go. I was never fucking ready for anybody to go.
I wasn't ready to leave. But this is all I can do.
Guess maybe we shouldn't make this a goodbye. Maybe we'll just make this a see you later.
It is a see you later. Because in the end, no matter how long it takes, I'll be waiting arms open.
People staring. they'll start to talk and think things.
And she'll more firmly this time lean in and kiss him on the forehead. Pay for it the same kindness.
Mm-hmm.
You were always kind to me, and I was as kind to as many people as I could be. Pass it on. Everything's too sad and too hard for all of us.
Because that, no, it's true. It's true. Hey, I'm not the only one here. I don't want to grab your entire intention. I don't know what kind of juice you go ahead and run on, but if I used it all up, I'm pretty sure everybody around me would start berating me.
Probably. And she'll glance to Sid. Is he still, I don't know, seated on the ground with his flute? What is he doing?
He's actually waiting very politely. He's just staring at Maeve's form? Question mark?
Well, she seems as real as anything else that has ever been summoned.
So he's staring and crying, probably.
She'll, if nothing else, reach out to take his hand if she can reach it, or at least put a hand on his shoulder.
He will look up and hey, Maeve.
I'm sorry I wasn't with you long.
Don't worry. I have cried a lot, almost pushing Olaf to the point of beating me to a cobbler. And Luke has given me those awkward embraces. We won't talk about that now.
No.
I cannot promise you vengeance. The Alpha will take care of that. I will just tell the future generations to come that you were our son, and I will strive for a nation that would have made you happy. And he will kind of give the spirit the flute that he has in his hands. He knows she cannot take it, but he will make the gestures anyway, and basically go like, I'm giving you this. Don't lose it, please. You can give it back when we are together again, and then you will show me how good you have become with the flute, okay?
And she actually, she's still faintly smiling. She's still very tearful. But she looks, her eyes widen a bit. Are you sure?
Yeah. You're a Fianna and you cannot play an instrument. That's very, very sad.
It is. It's one of the last things Travis asked me to do.
So now you have time to practice. You don't need to worry about anything anymore. So practice. Make me a proud Galliard, okay?
Just make sure that you take long enough to come and see me, that I have time to get really good at it.
I promise. I will take my time. I cannot leave giant muscle mountain over there and sunglasses on the night all alone, can't I?
You can't.
There we go then. And he will kind of get up and try to hug Maeve. He will notice that she's not corporeal anymore, but
Well,
he
she
will hug her anyway.
essentially is. Most spirits, when they are summoned, are able to be very physical and very real. And so when he raises
Oh,
to do it,
excellent.
he is very. He feels her. She's there.
Oh, at these points it just breaks down and he's a giant mountain of tears. He wasn't prepared for the final contact. Not in this way. No, no, now you go. You go. You're making me a crying galliard. No one wants to want the crying galliard.
And she will hold him for a bit until he gets his composure back enough to speak. But when he
Oh.
finally does, she'll give his shoulder a squeeze. Don't sing too many sad songs.
I will try and fail.
And
So he will let her go and go on.
And so, for at least for the moment, while she's there, she will hold the flute. Though, at this point, finally, having gone through her pack mates, at least the ones present, she is going to turn to Katori and approach, and actually go ahead and fall to her knees so she is down on his level.
Hey, silly Hamid.
I actually couldn't hear that.
He, he said, hey, silly Hamid.
Hey, Dan Daddy.
So, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I thought the first thing I taught you was that, dying is not something that you should do. It's very bad and makes everyone around you sad, and
You know I'd never do it on purpose. Not when it would make this many people sad.
I I don't know. I don't know at this point anymore. It seems that all those that I care for, those that I raise, those that I teach, they always seem to leave before me, as if it was some kind of cruel joke said on me. I have to say I am not very fond of this joke.
You'll see us again. Gino was waiting for me. He was there to
True.
greet me. And we'll be there to greet you when time comes. Keep teaching.
Teaching seems to be the only thing I'm good at these days.
It is not a bad thing to be good at.
Perhaps. But I would prefer to be good at keeping the cubs that I raise alive. That would be something to strive for. I hope that at least you have found peace within your ancestral homeland, and that you will be able to guide others just as you were guided.
Oh well. And he may not be ready for it, but he's getting hugged too, around his big shaggy neck.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to make a willpower roll. Yeah, he holds it. He holds it, but yeah, his body is shaking as he contain his sadness.
And she'll linger there for a second, and probably while she's there, nestle her cheek against his, at least briefly. The
Yeah,
closest thing to a canine gesture she can make at this point.
yeah, he'll probably. I mean, if Mabe tries to, set an ending to this, yeah, no, he does not let go. He doesn't let go. This, as he just keeps putting his paw around her neck as he nuzzle her and whispers, "As an Afro, I demand to be the one to let go. Don't you dare let me go. Don't you dare. This is my last command. Don't you dare let me go." And he will continue to stay in this position as he keep nuzzling her before, well, couple of minutes before he lets go as he purrs his chest in a very silly manner. There, I have to, be all serious and things for setting the example on all those youngsters.
And she'll start rubbing at
Got
her
to
own
make them
cheeks.
learn. Got to teach them how it's properly done.
And so she'll, at least for the moment, linger there on her, just hunkered down, kneeling in the grass. And she looks almost quizzically to Cinna, as if she didn't expect to see her there. Well, pardon, Ophelia.
Cinna is fine.
I'll get used to it eventually.
Don't worry. She's standing a little bit back from everybody else, as if she's not quite sure if people want her to be there. So, yeah, she's staying at a distance.
For the moment, she'll let her linger back a bit, and turn a glance to Olaf. Does everybody know?
Does everybody know what, Mabe?
My parents, Scott, Ricky.
Scott, he knows. Your parents, that will be talk I have. Ricky is out of town.
Good.
I did not want to distract him before his last job.
Yes. I know it's not going to be easy, and I'm sorry to leave you with things that I should have done. But please, make sure he talks to Dr. Mega. Make sure he gets better. He deserves better.
Is there anything else you need done by those of us on this earth?
She mulls it over, takes a minute to kind of catch her breath, and steady it a bit. The shrine. I didn't do it before I left. Don't forget.
2 steps ahead of you, Mib.
And she smiles. And she'll go ahead and finally stand herself up, ruffle Katori's ruff another time as she does so. How's Garrett?
Quiet. Withdrawn. As the children of thunder are wont to be.
She'll, look again now to Senna. And, in fact, a slight tilt ahead and kind of extend a hand.
She is trying to keep up her Silverfang face, but she'll take a couple of steps closer until she stands opposite of Maeve.
You know that whatever it was that was so worth fighting over before, it doesn't matter now, right?
There are those moments when there's regrets, you can't turn it back anymore, and you wish you did. You know those moments?
Yeah.
I want you to know I didn't forget the first nights. I didn't forget Christmas. I didn't forget any of it.
Good. It's a more important thing to remember than the stupid things we were fighting about before I left.
Maeve, I am sorry. And I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Don't be sorry. It was very fast. There were people standing right next to me, and even they couldn't have done anything.
At which point Lucas breaks down.
There's nothing else that could have been done. What happened, happened.
You shouldn't have been there.
I could never resist bringing a new cup back to the set. I wanted them to see someone smile at them when they first came.
You weren't ready.
For that, no.
Say hi to the others for me, please.
Well. Oh, Lucas. She'll kind of break conversation to go over and put her hands on his shoulders.
Easy enough to do. You don't even need to raise your arm as he is currently crouching.
And she'll crouch down in front of him. put a hand on either side of his head and try to get him to look at her. She'll even flick up his sunglasses if she has to.
Certainly can. And when you go ahead and get very, very face to face with him, he'll go ahead and lean forward to rest his forehead on yours.
And she'll return the gesture. You have to forgive yourself. It was too fast. It was too fast even for you.
How can I forgive myself when all my peers lament not even being where I stood?
They don't know because they were not there.
That is good. I will remind them. Not 3 meters. Not 3 meters. When Gaia says you go, you go. It doesn't matter if you're 3 meters or 100 meters or even an inch. You go.
You do?
Gaia makes fools of us all.
She does.
Gaia makes fools of us all. He'll go ahead and take Maeve's spiritual form. He'll spring on his own legs, but he'll use the momentum to drag Maeve's form up as well.
And up she goes.
Star Wars.
My
Indiana
favorite
Jones.
movie.
No, I told you it'd be your favorite. He looks to the others. 100 meters or 5 meters or 1 meter. An inch. When it's your time, it's your time. And I hate hearing from any of you how, if you had been there, things had been different. Please, just stop it.
Sid will nod.
Olaf, you remember the box with the glass ornaments, the wood ornaments?
It's still there.
Take it. Whoever is then parent should have it for teaching.
I will.
My things are not important anymore, not to me. Take something if you want to. Take something to remember me by. If Scott, if he'll still talk to any of us, he can have my books. I think he'd appreciate them. They're all just stupid fairy tales. They're nothing anyone else in the nation will want.
I'll make sure it's done.
She'll move slightly, look into the grave, and have the very strange experience of looking at herself from the outside. Lucas, the brass ring, it's still in my room.
What would you like done with it?
Keep it. From our night on the carousel.
I'll remember it. I'll definitely remember it.
And she rubs her eyes again. Thanks. Obviously, my Gaia's breaths, they're all yours. But there are 2 bottles in my things of the green dye, the war paint that Miss Whisper showed me. They should probably go to Chase's until Adam and Liam have grown up enough, until they've passed their right.
Very well. Are there any other instructions that you wish to give us?
Take care of Ricky. If you even can, if Scott ever calls for help, please remember me and think about answering. And take as long as you can before I see you again.
Well, I am sorry to be the one to say this, but you shouldn't stay for the burning of your body. This would bring ill luck. One should not see itself.
Wait. Oh, see. Are we burying the body? I thought we were laying down, like, river stones upon her. I believe that's exactly what we're here to do.
You might have been mistaken. This is clearly a
Yes.
necromantic ritual.
Clearly a necromantic ritual, so we're gonna bind May's body to her corpse and animate her. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes.
That wouldn't be wrong and weird and super wormish.
All I'm saying is, I thought that's why we were here, just to go ahead and lay stones and be like all traditional Fianna style, rather than the burning.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that's right. Yeah, but then she wouldn't be able to see her body. So at least we need. Okay, so let me rephrase it. One shouldn't be there for their own burial.
And she'll nod understanding. And she's gonna return to Olaf and reach up and grab his big meaty arms and try to look him straight in the eye. Because, well, she can do that now if she wants.
She can float if she wants to. She'll have to leave her friends behind.
Olaf, don't get hard again.
It's the only thing I know how to do.
I know. But make sure you give them all a fair chance, okay?
I loved you so much.
And she's going to continue crying, which has been kind of the running trend this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to lean in and again tightly hug him around the middle. I loved you too. I loved all of you so much. And I'm sorry that I had to go. I didn't want to.
The way of the battlefield.
It is. And it's not like I'll never see you again. I just have to be very patient.
You did your duty, Mabe.
I hope so.
You did.
I feel like there was so much more I was meant to do. I hope I did something worth remembering.
Of course you did, Mabe. That's why you are ancestor spirit now. Only the worthy live on spirit.
Thank you. And as much as I don't want to, I should probably go back.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
We all are.
And she hides her face in her shirt for a while. And once she's had a moment to compose herself at least a bit, she'll pull back again furiously, trying to wipe the tears from her face. Trying to seem worthy of the role of an ancestor, maybe. She'll back a couple steps into the middle of the group and draw herself up a bit. None of you are allowed to join me, but so soon. But I'll be happy to see you when you get there.
We will come, but not that fast. Promise.
Good. And with that, as is so often the case as a summoning comes to its end, as the spirit returns to the realm it calls home, she'll take on the bravest face that she can and fade.
Lucas goes ahead and waves, saying, "Bye."
Bye, Maeve.
It startles a sad smile out of her, a weak smile, but all the same, before she's completely gone, her hand lofts into a slight wave back.
As soon as she's gone, Sid will just drop to the ground and go like, I thought this would make me feel better. It hasn't. I feel even sadder now.
Sid, we're not necessarily done with it.
Oh,
At least put a face until the very end.
Wear whatever face you want. This is the time for any face you want.
mm-mm.
Either way,
Just
must be completed.
Hmm. Ever
come
the
all off.
stones.
Yeah. And Lucas is going to go ahead and start to back away from the book. Excuse me, the group, and more in the direction of that wonderful, wonderful stream with all those big, big, wonderful river stones to go ahead and grab.
Yep, Sid will actually follow and lend a hand.
Katori will shift into Hamid and will follow. Gather the stones.
Olaf does it too.
And Ophelia as well, of course.
Lucas will be probably one of the first people to go ahead and get back. He's got a good-sized stone in front of him, as big as he could freaking carry it, huh? But he's not that strong. Once he goes ahead, returns to the side of May's body where her corpse is laid there. He goes ahead and just places it as the start of our little stone pile.
Yeah, I guess, they all, in their own fashion, will add the stone one by one, which probably will take probably a couple of hours.
Yeah, basically minute after minute, what used to be just a grave starts becoming a pile of stones that have been caressed and cleaned by rivers. Stone by stone, Maeve's grave is being built, not out of sorrow and grief, but purely out of love.
This is the grave that love made.
That sounds awful, don't say that again.
And they finish.
When we finish with the pile, Sid will just stand to one side and will put his hand on the stones and he will do the galliarding. Thank you for the reminder. I don't have bright and powerful words for you. Maybe I don't have words and hymns like I did for Chino because the truth is that I didn't know him and I just praise the actions that people told me he did. And I know you. If I need to praise every important action you did, I would need to start to howl now and then when I die. And then when I die, you were everything for us. You were that little sun in our lives that made us fight every single moment for a better tomorrow. You taught us many things. You always stand at our side when we most needed you. You were the first one that talked to me like an equal in the Sept of the Green. I actually don't have words to say how much I will miss you. I just can't promise to you that I won't forget you. Olaf won't forget you. Lucas won't forget you. Kotori Raya won't forget you. And Tina Raya won't forget you. We are all going to miss you, Maeve. And we will fight to make your dreams come true. We will fight for a world that would have made you happy. And he will back down the stones.
Lucas will go ahead and walk side Sid, go ahead and throw an arm around him, and simply say, "Thank you, brother. Thank you."
Don't worry. She would have never forget me, or sorry, she would have never made peace with me if I didn't do that. And I don't want a very angry Fian spirit pulling at my legs when I'm sleeping.
No, I don't think you have to worry about that. No, no more.
Anyone wants to say something else before we present our final respects.
For this
She.
gathering. Oh, no, Athro goes first, bro.
Yes,
Even in such situations, we
you're the rules,
respect
even if
people.
you're the rules, you have to throw your rank. uh, she was always doubting sometimes of her worth if she was good enough. She always had been, and she came to realize that she became a pupil that I have had the pleasure to work with, to teach more. She wasn't bitter like I am slowly becoming. She always saw the better in people when others would throw accusatory fingers at others. She stood by the side of those who were wrongly accused with the innocence of one who does not know the treachery and the darkness that reside in this world. She was a beacon of light that is now extinguished. But the light that she carried, that she showed all of us, we can all keep a shard of this light within us to remember when the time will come that perhaps we should look at things how she did before making mistakes that one would regret in time.
They say only the dead know the end of war. This is wrong. Our sacred dead live on to fight again in the Ragnarok. We will share the same battlefield once more.
Dear old Maeve MacPhion, what can I say about you? Over your grave, I can say a lot of things, fantastical things. Hey, she, daughter of the moon, you can go ahead and see it on her heritage, her spiritual heritage of Luna. What can I say about her? Yes, she has seen things. She saw the innocence in things that many went ahead and saw black. What can I say about her? We went to space. We went to space. We landed on a comet. We saw the most terrible abyssal horrors, and she did not blink. We saw the guardian of that comet come out. It was rescued by Gazette Gestures. 2 people already here. What else can I say about her? Ah, yes. When the handmaiden Luna herself came, we answered. We trekked to a faraway glacial den and did the duty that she requested. A hard-fought battle with an ancestor spirit. What else can I go ahead and say about her? Ah, yes. This tiniest, littlest theurge here. She literally commanded the weather to move, or at least kindly requested it. She never commanded nothing. But she requested it, and it was done. Every single cub, or at least most of the cubs currently held back in the cabins, can owe it partly to her. She didn't say wrong when she says she smiled at every single new life. She would have loved every single new life that came on. Because she had a theory, a wild, wild, crazy theory, that every time that a warrior of Gaia fell, Gaia would provide another. I will see her again. It will be a lovely reunion. Right now, she is at peace.
I'm not really one for words. Ophelia says as she approaches. I rarely say the right thing, so I found a poem. It's written by an Irish poet, Thomas Moore. It's not much. She grabs the paper from Magpie Swag that she borrowed from the armory, because fuck shit, why not? And she opens it, unfolds the paper, looks at it. It is the last rose of summer, left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rosebud is nigh, to reflect back her blushes, or give sigh for sigh. I'll not leave thee, thou lone one, to pine on the stem, since the lovely are sleeping, go sleep thou with them. As kindly I scatter thy leaves o'er the bed, where thy mates of the garden lie scantless and dead. So soon may I follow, when friendship decays, and from love's shining circle the gems drop away. When true hearts lie withered, and fond ones are flown, oh, who would inhabit this bleak world alone? And she'll kind of fold the paper, stick it in between the stones, and take a step back.
Well, with this awkward silence, does anyone want to add anything before Tori closes the ceremony? I will take that silence as a no.
We are all very busy crying. Just do your thing.
And yeah, Tori will approach the grave, telling to those that came that they have witnessed the departure of their sister, of their child, that she now rests in peace in a place where she will no longer be facing corruption of this world, or where she goes on fields ever so green, she will be waiting for those who have yet to departure to guide them into the afterlife in their own homeland. And, well, I guess this is a good place as any to call it a scene.
Got one last thing.
Ooh, do the Bob.
After the ceremony closes, Olaf wipes, crosses eyes with a forearm, and comes right to his pack, and whether they want to or not, they're following him because they are getting snatched up by whatever scruff or clothing they are wearing today.
Yep.
Kicking and screaming if need be.
Or crying like babies.
Away from the others, they are very crudely deposited in front of him. Stand up straight.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
With the whispers of the green. The baddest motherfuckers on this sept, and we know it. Things are expected. I have expectations.
Dude, Olaf, we're the ones that went to the frickin' battlefield, not just the front lines of New York fucking City, he goes ahead and continues. With fucking Amazon. We know we're the biggest, baddest motherfuckers here.
Silver just looks right. He's straight, he's looking up. He will not move a muscle.
Headbutt.
Yay!
Our sun has set, but the moon is rising. And the moon knows one thing. Rage. We'll sharpen our claws on the bones of the fallen. We'll make our dens in their battlefield dirt. We will hunt them down. Not for honor. Just for revenge. That pack does not get to see another sunset. Am I understood?
Yes, sir, yes.
Lucas goes ahead and gives you the salute.
Good. We'll catch up to them. Believe you me. We'll catch up to them right good.
Absolutely, Alpha.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have the parents to speak to.
Do yourself a favor and ask for the biscuits and gravy.
All right.
And maybe whiskey. They are Fianna after all.
Actually, that sounds like a wonderful little meal to have.
Olaf's already walking off.
And he follows.
Cities go like biscuits, gravy, whiskey. Oh boy. He will look at Kotori and basically go like Raya, biscuits, gravy, whiskey. Do you want to partake?
It's a pack thing.
Sorry, Raya, I will bring you my gravy. And he turns around and scampers off.
And off the whispers go.
To get drunk.
Kotori will, for his part, turn to Ophelia. Well, seems like we have to get down to the business of bears. Be prepared. We are going to go there. We're going to destroy everything in our sight. Then, when we shall be done, we'll see where those cowards hide, and we'll burn them to the ground. Every single one of them will burn. And yes, Saskia, Kotori told you that basically since, the others went doing their pack thing, he said, well, we have our priorities straight. We go to, rescue the bear, we kill everything in our sight, then we find the spirals, and we're going to burn them to the ground, every single one last of them.
Okay. I might know how to find rent.
Sorry, sweetie, I didn't understand.
God damn it. Breaking up?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Is it better or worse?
Yeah, it's slightly better.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, fine.
Her?
I
Oh.
said what?
Oh, okay. Then Kotori, he fixed you with the most serious eye. Hmm. I knew. I knew there was a reason the great snake touched you. Come, we'll have to see things ourselves first. And I guess with that, as everything goes into mystery, as well, the Hunters of the Lost do what they are best at doing, which is dwell in mystery, and the others get themselves drunks. I guess we can call this emotional train wreck scene. Thank you, player, for playing, watchers for watching, spirit for being summoned from the very land of the stag, and we shall see who will be the first one to break his or her promise and rejoin the land of their ancestors first.